Daisy, Martinez, Sukic, Taiho and Zielinski. And for Liverpool, there's a couple of players, a couple of youngsters actually on the bench who haven't had don't have a cap to their name, in fact, for Liverpool. Bradley is there, Conor Bradley, Kirkes. We've got Lucky, Wadati Lucky, only 19 years of age. Marmadashvili, the goalkeeper. And Guma Nyoni, who is another one. Trey Nyoni is only 18, no caps to his name as well, or no senior caps to his name. Florian Wirtz, the big money signing, of course, who's really struggled since he came to the Premier League in the summer from Bayer Leverkusen. And Fred Woodman, the goalkeeper. That completes the lineup. It's nice to see both teams in their home strips this evening. So it's the black and blue stripes of Inter Milan on the shirts with the black shorts and black socks. Liverpool in their usual all red. Our referee for this evening is Felix Zweier from Germany. And this is the, they've played on 6 previous occasions in the Champions League. We never had a draw between the two sides. 2 wins for Inter, 4 wins for Liverpool. The last meeting came in 2022. Both teams at the beginning of this season, certainly with big hopes, big dreams of lifting the Premier competition in Europe. Inter Milan, of course, got to the final last year, or they were resoundingly beaten by eventual champions Paris Saint-Germain, who were the same team, of course, who knocked Liverpool out of the Champions League in the first knockout round of the last 16. Last season, they finished top of the group stage. Well, that's certainly not going to happen this season, but what they're trying to do, and what both teams are attempting to do, get into that top 8, an automatic qualification for the last 16. So it's going to be Liverpool to get us underway. They're playing from right to left in this first period in the usual red strip. We'll keep you up to date with everything else that's going on across Europe. Karat Almaty 0, Olympiacos 1 and Bayern Munich 3, Sporting 1. Results from earlier. We'll keep you up to date with all the other ones. Chelsea are playing tonight, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham, Marseille, Monaco, Barcelona. Some big games going on. Game gets underway here at the San Siro. Promises to be a mouth-watering tie. Inter Milan, can I just remind you, are undefeated in their last 18 games at home in the Champions League. That's 15 victories and 3 draws. It's very, very unusual that a side comes to the San Siro to play Inter Milan in Europe and wins and comes out on top. So big job ahead for Liverpool this evening as the ball goes all the way back to Sommer, and it goes towards this near side, the inside right position, midway inside the own half, and then the first time ball from Luis Enrique towards the halfway. Not a particularly good one because it's picked up by Virgil van Dijk, infield to Gravenberch, and he plays it back inside the centre circle for the Frenchman Ibrahima Konate. Out it goes towards that far side. So Liverpool with Gomez down that right hand side. On it goes to Dominic Szoboszlai. He's racing down that right hand side for Liverpool, already level with the edge of the penalty area, then holds it up and goes back down the line to Gomez. Infield to Gravenberch, ball on his left foot, about 35 yards from goal. Square it goes to Andy Robertson, who plays it low back towards the halfway line again. Liverpool camped inside the Inter Milan for this first Inter Milan half of the first couple of minutes here, although retreating back into his own half now is the number 17 Curtis Jones, just over on that far side, closed down by Martinez, goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Alisson just on the edge of the D, touches it off to his captain Virgil van Dijk. First time ball from the Dutchman out towards Robertson down the line he goes, and it's the first touch for Ekitike in a deep position midway inside his own half. Liverpool have found a way out here though. Over the halfway line they come, and now it's Ekitike with a bit of space down this left hand side to exploit. He's already level with the edge of the penalty area, the Frenchman holds it up just on the corner of the penalty area, then he's forced out wide, goes back down the line, and missed opportunity that for Ekitike more than anything else. Isak was in the penalty area waiting for the Frenchman to deliver something, but he didn't deliver at all on this occasion. Liverpool still with possession, but they've gone all the way back towards the halfway line. That's a lovely slip ball through though towards the right hand side of the penalty. Isak with a low ball, and it's a really poor one actually from the Swede, and easily cleared by DiMarco for Inter Milan. A couple of good positions that Liverpool have got themselves in their early doors in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Hugo Ekitike down the left hand side, he didn't play the ball in at all into the penalty area when he should have done. And on the other hand, you had Isak on the right hand side of the penalty area. He did get the ball into the box. It was just a really poor touch from the Swede, which was easily cleared at the near post by Federico DiMarco. Liverpool, though, bossing possession early doors here at the San Siro. That's a loose one, is it? And Isak has picked it up over on the far side, though. There comes the cross, and again, that's another poor cross from the right-hand side. That's a comfortable one as Jan Sommer comes out and claims the ball in from Joe Gomez, who apologises to teammates inside that penalty area because Isak was in there. Hugo Ekitike was in there, but the ball straight through to the Swiss goalkeeper. And Inter Milan now with possession, which is something they've not had in the first 3 minutes here at the San Siro. Back it goes to Jan Sommer, low out to Akanji, right inside of the penalty area. Forward it goes to Acerbi, closed down by Curtis Jones. Manages to play it low out towards the left-hand side. Now here's Bastoni, forward towards the halfway line. Thuram, lovely turn by him inside the centre circle, and then plays it up towards the right-hand side. And suddenly Inter Milan are in business near. Out towards Luis Enrique, the Brazilian, down this right side, looking to take on Andy Robertson. Decides to play the ball in field in the end, though. Just slows it down there, does Luis Enrique again. Back it goes to Calhanoglu. Plays it inside the centre circle to Acerbi. Acerbi out towards Bastoni. Bastoni's got DiMarco over there if he requires him, hugging the touchline. Decides to go back in field though to Bastoni, just outside the centre circle, inside the Liverpool half. Liverpool have everybody back. You've got Isak over there, Ekitike as well, midway inside his own half, but Milan still with possession over on the far side. Poked back down the line to Bastoni now. Bastoni closed down by Alexander Isak. Goes in field to Mkhitaryan, who feels like he's been around forever, doesn't he, Mkhitaryan? He's 37 in January. As the ball goes back towards the halfway line. Here's Acerbi inside the centre circle for Inter Milan. Almost 5 minutes played here at the San Siro. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. Bright start though from Liverpool, but Inter Milan now have had the ball for probably over a minute. Prior to that, Liverpool had the ball for about 2.5 minutes, unchallenged. Here on the halfway line is Luis Enrique. Goes back to Akanji with the bright orange boots on. Infield it goes to Acerbi, midway inside the Inter Milan half. Ball with pace towards Mkhitaryan. Good touch by him, and then plays it long out towards this near side. He's looking for Luis Enrique, and the head of Andy Robertson is there to head it clear for Liverpool. Now Gravenberg has to go back to Robertson. Then Robertson kicks long left-footed down that left-hand touchline for Liverpool, but that's not going to find a red shirt. It's just tidied up nicely by Calhanoglu. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper just inside the D. First time ball out by him to Bastoni over on that far side, and here is Mkhitaryan again, playing the low ball back towards his goalkeeper. Brings it outside of his penalty area, takes a couple of touches. He's outside the D now, is Jan Sommer, and eventually it finds its way out to Manuel Akanji down this near side. Akanji goes back in field again to Acerbi, bringing it forward under very little pressure, if any pressure, from a red shirt, and then goes back out to Manuel Akanji. Over the halfway line it comes. Here's Martinez. Martinez swings the ball out towards the far side. A little bit of space as well now for Inter Milan. Over the halfway line they come now with Barella. Barella midway inside the Liverpool half, just inside the left-hand touchline. Back it goes to the halfway line for Inter Milan, who appear to have settled down. A good start by Liverpool. A couple of good positions they got themselves into as well at the far end, but it's Inter Milan now bossing possession. Thuram trying to be a little bit too clever by back-heeling it to DiMarco. Sold him a little bit short. Liverpool go back to the goalkeeper. First time clearance from Alisson down the centre, and that'll be tidied up by Acerbi, who goes back to his goalkeeper. One touch, then out to Manuel Akanji again. And Akanji just leaves it this time for Barella. Then out towards this near side, and Luis Enrique does well just to keep that ball in play as he's rushing down that left-hand touchline. Plays it back towards the edge of his own 18-yard line. And Francesco Acerbi loops one left-footed out towards that far side for Inter Milan, and then two players not on the same wavelength there on that occasion, which was Bastoni and DiMarco. Bastoni playing the ball behind DiMarco, who made the run down the left-hand side, wanted the ball played in front of him. It's gone out of play. It's a Liverpool throw-in on the halfway line down there right-hand side over on the far side. Early goal to tell you about. Union SG 1, Marseille 0. Kalali with the goal in the 5th minute then, as Isak's gone down over on the far side for Liverpool under a challenge from Mkhitaryan. He's won himself a free kick as well, the ex-Newcastle man. So here's an opportunity for Liverpool, and free kick is level with the edge of the Inter Milan penalty area, down the Liverpool right, probably about 5-6 yards in from the right-hand touchline. It's going to be Dominic Szoboszlai to take it. And the likes of Van Dijk are inside that penalty area here, hoping and praying for a decent delivery from the Hungarian. Let's see what he can deliver, and it comes now right-footed. It's a really poor delivery, actually. Headed clear at the near post. Didn't get enough height on the ball, Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool have picked up the pieces on the halfway line, though. They do still maintain possession. It's back with Szoboszlai, who then plays it low back to the goalkeeper, Alisson, who's well outside of his penalty area. And it goes to Gomez. Gomez just holds the ball up as he waits for Van Dijk and Konate to get back in position following that set piece at the far end. It was disappointing from Dominic Szoboszlai, it really was. He blows hot and cold, Szoboszlai. I think he's been Liverpool's most consistent player so far this season, I really do. But time and again on set pieces he can be found wanting. We can see what he can do, or we have seen what he can do. It's a goal of the season contender early on in the season against Arsenal, of course, at Anfield, that won that game for Liverpool, and they were flying high at the top of the Premier League. Seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? Liverpool do have possession. They go inside the inter half. Here it comes towards the edge of the penalty area. Here's Isak out towards the right side. Gomez needs to get a decent cross in here, and it comes from Gomez. It takes a little flick off a Bastoni, I think it is, and it just runs harmlessly through to Jan Sommer, the Inter Milan goalkeeper. Good work again from Liverpool, though. Again, it's not the delivery that Liverpool wanted from Gomez. As Inter Milan bring it out from defence, although it goes back towards the left-hand side of the penalty area, and Bastoni. The Serbi goes back to Sommer, and Sommer flips it out to a Kanji down this near side. A Kanji ball with pace towards the halfway line. The ball is loose, and Inter Milan have come away with it. It's Luis Enrique again. He pokes it back to a Kanji on the right-hand corner of the penalty area for Inter Milan. Forward it goes now to a Serbi. Finds Bastoni towards his left-hand side. Back to a Serbi again, who can advance towards the halfway line for Inter Milan. Nearly 10 minutes played here at the San Siro. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. They've been leaking goals, Liverpool. That's been one of their biggest problems, and also finding themselves in good positions and not being able to maintain it, like at the weekend when they were 2-0 up against Leeds United. They were pegged back to 2-2. They were net 3-2 up, and then with almost the last kick of the game, Leeds equalised and got a 3-3 draw. More disappointment for Liverpool, and more pace left, lost in the championship race. There's an Inter just breaking off because there's an Inter player down here. It's Kalanoglu. A little bit of concern here for Christian Chivu, just stretching out the right leg. He has got back to his feet now, the Turk, but we'll keep an eye on that. And in fact, Peter Zielinski, the Pole, is warming up on the touchline. I do wonder whether this is going to be an enforced change and a disappointment here for Inter Milan in the 11th minute. And indeed it is, because coming towards this near side is Hakan Kalanoglu. That's the end of his evening, I'm afraid, for the Turk, who's Inter Milan's second top scorer this season. He's got 4 to his name. Only Lautaro Martinez has more. He has a lot more. He has 11. And off he comes. And on comes Peter Zielinski, the Pole, the number 7 for Inter Milan, who was the only player actually who played at the weekend in that 4-0 win over Como, who didn't play or wasn't named in the starting lineup today. It was Henrik Mkhitaryan, in fact, who replaced him, but he comes on and replaces Hakan Kalanoglu. Just over 11 minutes played here at the San Siro. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. Still waiting for the first big moment of this game, really, as Liverpool lose possession on the halfway line. It's now with a Kanji just outside the centre circle, inside the Inter Milan half. Just traps it under the right boot and then just leaves it for a Serbi. Over the halfway line he goes. Martinez in a deep position over on the far side, then advances down that left-hand touchline. There was a late challenge there by Gomez, not a particularly smart one either, on was it DeMarco over on the far side. Referee is Felix Zweier, the German. Just going to replay this one now. Yeah, he's just stood on his left foot there. It's accidental, that one from Gomez. I wouldn't say that was a yellow card offence, and indeed the referee has just come over, had a quiet word with Joe Gomez, but nothing more. Inter Milan do get the free kick on the halfway line, a couple of yards in from the left-hand touchline. They play it back inside their own half, and it's now with Francesco Acerbi, who finds a Kanji, brings it over the halfway line down the right-hand side. On it goes to, lovely little flick on there from Thuram. Is it going to find Lautaro Martinez? Well, Lautaro Martinez slides in to try and win the ball off Robertson. He's clipped Robertson, and he has got a yellow card, and that was late from Martinez. It's one of those ones he had to go for it, but he timed it all wrong, did the Argentinian. It was flicked on by Thuram, just didn't have enough pace on it. Martinez comes in, but Robertson's certainly there first. He doesn't give up on it though, Martinez, sliding in, and up into the air goes Andy Robertson, clips his left leg, and it's the first yellow card of the evening. And it goes to Inter Milan's top scorer. Robertson is down, trainer is on. And while the trainer's on, just a goal to tell you about in Holland. It's PSV Eindhoven 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Well, of course, Liverpool know all about PSV Eindhoven, who thrashed Liverpool last time out at Anfield by 4-1, and the reigning Dutch champions and Eredivisie leaders have taken the lead through Gus Til in the 10th minute. So PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 0. They're blowing hot and cold as well in this championship, in this Champions League, I should say. Atletico Madrid had that heavy defeat, didn't they, to Arsenal in the game at the Emirates. And PSV Eindhoven, well, they could be one to watch. They're 2-2-1 so far in the tournament, so a win tonight would give them 11 points. They're a point behind Atletico at the moment, who actually have the same record as Liverpool. They've played 5, won 3, drawn none and lost 2. Of course, the two teams did meet earlier in the competition. That was when Liverpool was still winning games for fun, before it all suddenly went wrong, and they won that game by 3-2, of course. That period at the beginning of the season when Liverpool kept winning games very, very late on. And Andy Robertson, I'm pleased to say, is back on his feet. PSV okay. Lautaro Martinez has got the yellow card. Quarter of an hour played here at the San Siro. Still goalless as it goes back to Alisson in the light green, out towards Konate, who's over on that far side for Liverpool. It's got Gravenberg, who's come close. He's sort of looped it down the line. It's not a particularly good ball by the Frenchman, and it's cleared along by Acerbi. Ball is loose on the halfway line. Inter Milan are going to come away with it. It's drilled out towards Luis Enrique on the halfway line down this near side for Inter Milan. 1-2 between himself and Mkhitaryan, then retreats under pressure from Hugo Ekitike. He goes back inside his own half to Akanji, who clips one out towards the far side. And Inter on their way again. Over the halfway line comes Bastoni. Just holds the ball up under pressure from Gravenberg. Goes back inside his own half to Acerbi again. Inside the centre circle now, and then lays it off to Akanji. Gets the ball back immediately. Inter with the possession. Here's Mkhitaryan again. Mkhitaryan down this near side, and he just plays it in the end off of the Liverpool player, who was Ekitike, and it's out of play for an Inter Milan throw in midway inside their own half down their right-hand side, and it will be Akanji to take this one for Inter. Throws long towards the halfway line. It's not a particularly good throw, to be fair, but to have come away with it. Poked back towards the edge of the penalty area by Barella. They then go long down the left-hand side. Now can Martinez get on the end of this one? Konate is then. Konate does well there in between Thuram and Martinez to play that ball back to his goalkeeper, Alisson. Alisson traps the ball under his right foot, just to the right of the penalty area, then drills it long right-footed down the centre of the field. He's got too much on that one, though. And we'll go all the way through to goalkeeper Jan Sommer, who's immediately closed down by Alexander Isak and is forced into a clearance. He's rushed into a clearance there, the Swiss goalkeeper. Had to play down this near side. Liverpool throw in. They go inside the Inter half down the Liverpool left. Andy Robertson, who doesn't appear to be showing any ill effects to that from that challenge a couple of minutes ago by Martinez, has the ball and goes back inside his own half. The low ball towards Curtis Jones, which finds Virgil van Dijk in the end, and then back to his goalkeeper Alisson. Low out to Gravenberg, closed down by the substitute Zielinski. Has to go out towards the far side to Konate. Konate retreats back towards his own penalty area and then loops the ball out towards this near side. Beautifully brought down actually as well by Curtis Jones, who's in a bit of space now as into retreat. Down the centre he goes to Alexis McAllister. On he goes towards his left-hand side. Here's Andy Robertson, almost midway inside the Inter half. Back in field it goes to McAllister. Looks towards the right-hand side, but then just touches it off to the left-hand side to Curtis Jones once more. It's got Robertson towards his left. Goes down the centre towards Isak now. Isak is challenged. The ball will fall kindly though for Liverpool. Curtis Jones on the edge of the penalty area. Can he get space for a shot? There is the shot. Palm clear by the goalkeeper out towards this near side. And Luis Enrique will clear down this near side. But Ekitike wins the ball back for Liverpool. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Close as we come to a goal. Good effort that from the edge of the penalty area. He was just looking for the space for the shot there, Curtis Jones. It was a nice shot. It was tucking it in the goalkeeper's right-hand corner. It's Gravenberg now. He tries a shot. That's pushed clear by the goalkeeper. Liverpool threatening here at the San Siro, and then Inter clear long. Now hang on a minute. Inter might have a break on here. Here's Thuram. Looks towards this right-hand side. Thuram Gives it away, really poor from him. Callister has it back for Liverpool. Game just opening up. Lovely turn by Curtis Jones. Now he's got Ekitike to the left. Isak to the right. He finds Ekitike, left-hand side of the penalty. A really poor cross from the Frenchman. He's got far too much on it. Out towards that far side. Another promising position for Liverpool. But a couple of shots, a couple of efforts that needed saving by the goalkeeper. There were saves you'd expect him to make, I'll be honest. But still, nonetheless, Liverpool creating the chances here at the San Siro in the first 20 minutes as Akanji plays it out from the back for Inter Milan. Liverpool doing well to rush into a clearance, and in the end it is Akanji who goes long towards the halfway line. There's the header from Gravenberg, a little bit of head tennis. It comes down in favour of Liverpool though, and Curtis Jones, they're quicker to the second ball at the moment, hungry at the moment, Liverpool. Mo Salah less Liverpool, of course. Here's Andy Robertson back towards the halfway line, poked on by Curtis Jones. He's been really lively actually. He's probably been the best player on the field first 20 minutes for me, Curtis Jones. Now Gravenberg. Back it goes to Van Dijk, onto Curtis Jones again in the inside left position. Infield to Gravenberg. Gravenberg's got 3 Inter Milan players around him. Just pokes it back to Konate now. 1-2 between himself and Dominic Szoboszlai. Then goes square to Virgil van Dijk. Everybody by Alisson now inside the Inter Milan half as Liverpool threaten an opening goal here in Milan. Robertson back towards the halfway line again. It's Virgil van Dijk just to the left of the centre circle for Liverpool. Leaves it for Robertson again, who goes long towards the edge of the penalty area this time, and it might find Ekitike trying to poke it through to Szoboszlai, and it's good defending by Francesco Serbi to put the ball behind. It's the first corner of the evening, and it falls for the visitors, Liverpool. Good play again from Curtis Jones. Just looking at a replay of that shot some moments ago, he just didn't get quite enough pace on it. He got the angle absolutely right. The follow-up from Gravenberg, that one was a very comfortable save from Sommer. In fact, he probably could have held that one, to be honest. We see that so often with modern goalkeepers these days. Simple efforts that are simple to save just seem to be pushed clear rather than risking spilling the ball, I guess. Szoboszlai is going to take this corner from this near side. Right-footed in swinger from the Hungarian for Liverpool. The goal, attacking the goal towards our left-hand side. Drilled in towards the far post. It's not a bad effort, and that one is going to go, is it, for another corner? Indeed it is. And the last touch came off of Bastoni at the far post before Ibrahim Konate could get on the end of it. So another corner for Liverpool, and they can try from the opposite side this time. And again, it'll be the same man to take it, because over goes Dominic Szoboszlai, Virgil van Dijk and Konate, Hugo Ekitike all whispering inside that Inter Milan penalty area. 21 minutes played here at the San Siro, still goalless, but Liverpool have had the better of it so far. Can they find a goal that their play deserves? Szoboszlai, really poor corner again, doesn't beat the first man, clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Gravenberg does pick it up though, out towards Curtis Jones, left hand corner of the penalty area. Thought about the cross. Robertson does get the first time cross in. There's Sommer, that's a comfortable save, and again it's a poor ball in from Liverpool, who found themselves in some good positions, but really poor corner, that second one, particularly from Szoboszlai. The first one wasn't too bad, that was poor though. Here's Zielinski on as a substitute. Over the halfway line he comes. Plays it low out towards this near side for Inter Milan, and Barella goes all the way back to the halfway line. Here's Akanji just to the right of the centre circle. Plays it inside the centre circle to Serbi. Now Mkhitaryan with the gloves on. Closed down by 3 Liverpool players. Releases it to Akanji down this near side. Again, Liverpool doing well to push Inter Milan back. They go all the way back to goalkeeper. He plays it out low. It's a really poor clearance actually from the Inter Milan goalkeeper, but Liverpool can't take advantage as the ball is played out towards Isak over on that far side. It's got too much on it and it goes out of play for an Inter Milan throw. Midway inside their own half, down their left-hand side. Here's Bastoni. Forward it goes to Barella. Out towards DiMarco over on that far side. He's seen very little of the ball, DiMarco, so far. Back towards the edge of the penalty area it goes now to Zielinski. Square to Bastoni. He can bring this ball forward under very little pressure at all and ups the pace a little bit, and then loops one out towards Luis Henrique. Lovely header on towards Mkhitaryan. This is promising for Inter Milan. Back it goes to Luis Henrique again. We know how vulnerable Liverpool can be defensively, but they've not been tested at all yet by this Inter Milan side. Inter now, ball down towards the left-hand side of the penalty area, and across comes Gravenberg, does really well, and the Dutchman, and clears, and he finds Isak as well. And he's brought down, is he? Not according to the referee. He goes down, wanting a free kick, doesn't get it. Inter Milan have possession back. Here's Martinez, left-hand side of the penalty area, infield to DiMarco, and the flag is up anyway as DiMarco drills it wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. and it must have been Martinez who was in the offside position. Ooh, goodness me, it's very, very close. If the ball had ended up in the back of the net from that shot from the Inter Milan number 32, Federico Di Marco, it would have certainly gone to VAR. It would have been very, very close as to whether or not Martinez had strayed offside. Barcelona, who are back, of course, at the Nou Camp. First Champions League game in some years at their spiritual home, of course. They're back with a reduced capacity at the moment as they continue to build that stadium, which is set to be one of the, if not the best, football stadium in the world. It really is 105,000 capacity when it's finished, the Nou Camp. Well, they've gone behind, actually, and Frankfurt have taken the lead. It's Noff who's got the lead there for Frankfurt. He's got the goal. Barcelona 0, Frankfurt 1 at the Camp Nou. And elsewhere, PSV Eindhoven still leading Atletico by goals 0, and UniSG have been pulled back against Marseille. The French team have got an equaliser in that one. Peso has got that goal for the Ligue 1 outfit, so it's a 1 apiece in that one. And just hearing that Chelsea had taken the lead against Atalanta, but that one's been ruled out, or that one's being looked at by VAR. We'll get you up to date as to what the decision is. And that one, Liverpool with possession on the halfway line. Gravenberg inside the centre circle. He finds Alexis McAllister. Spreads play out towards that right-hand side. He finds Joe Gomez back in field. Soboslai 1-2 between himself and McAllister again. Then Konate takes it up inside the centre circle once more for Liverpool, who've had far more of the possession in the first. What are we now, 25 minutes in? Here's Robertson. Inside the Inter Milan half, down his left-hand side. Back he goes to Curtis Jones. Van Dijk now inside the centre circle, goes square to his right-hand side, and Ibrahim Konate. Down that right-hand side, he finds Joe Gomez under pressure from DeMarco. Pokes it back inside his own half to Dominic Soboslai. He's closed down by Thuram and goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Alisson inside the D, just touches it off to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk has Curtis Jones just ahead of him, who spreads play out towards the right-hand side. Drilled long then by Konate. That's a poor one by him. Straight to Akanji. Mkhitaryan now. On it goes by Acerbi. This is better from Inter over the halfway line with Zielinski. Tries to play it through to Thuram, and Konate is there to play it back to the goalkeeper, who clears long towards the halfway line. Inter pick up the pieces though with Zielinski again. Zielinski on as an early substitute for Inter Milan following that injury to Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the Turk. Unfortunate for Inter, as he's been one of their star players this first part of the season. Here's Martinez. Martinez just outside the penalty area, through to Thuram. This is brilliant. Oh, and Thuram should have gone for the shot, surely. Decided to play it back to Martinez. Inter still have possession as Liverpool initially cleared. Now it's Martinez again. This time he tries to clip it in. That one hits Ekitike, who's back there defending. Inter will come again. Liverpool failing to clear their lines here. The cross comes in towards Luis Enrique. Cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. There's a high boot there on the edge of the penalty area. And that was Manuel Akanji, I think it was. And Nicola Barella, I should say. And it's a free kick for Liverpool on the edge of their own penalty area. But it could have been so much worse than that, because it was beautiful link-up play between the two front men for Inter Milan, Thuram and Martinez. But when Thuram was in a position to shoot inside the penalty area, he decided to try and play one more pass, and it was Gravenberg who got the ball clear for Liverpool. Didn't get it particularly well clear, and Inter came again with DeMarco onto Martinez, tried to get the shot in. That was blocked by Ekitike, found its way out towards the far side as Liverpool just could not clear their lines. Back out towards the far side, and then the ball was cleared for the third time. There was a high boot there by Nicola Barella, and a free kick to Liverpool, who have possession on the halfway line now with Alexis McAllister. Now it's Robertson joining in. Back in field again to McAllister. 1-2 between himself and Curtis Jones. Gomez is in space over on the far side for Liverpool. They find him, but they decided to go out towards the left-hand touchline instead. And Alexander Isak has popped up down this near side for Liverpool. Finds Curtis Jones in field. And then Andy Robertson goes back to Van Dijk inside the centre circle. On to Gravenberg. Closed down quickly. Manages just to smuggle it through to Curtis Jones again, who finds Robertson. Liverpool with so much possession inside the Inter Milan half, so many passes. They're not going anywhere at the moment though, apart from back inside their own half. It's with Van Dijk, closed down by Marcus Thuram. Decides to go back to his goalkeeper again. First time clearance from Alisson back to Curtis Jones. Closed down by Zielinski. Manages just to find his captain though, just to the right of the D. Closed down by Thuram, goes out to Konate. First time ball down the centre. That's a good one as well. Ekitike now, he's only got Isak towards the left hand side. I think he might have been offside, but the game has continued. Ekitike still goes on and tries to beat the keeper at the near post, and is pushed behind for a corner, and there was no offside flag. In fact, the flag is telling us it's a corner for Liverpool as the ball was played over the top. Be interested to see this one again as to whether Ekitike was onside. Made his way inside the penalty from a very tight angle. He had to cut it back, surely. He tries to catch the keeper napping. Isak was inside the 6-yard area looking for a cross, but he decides to try and drill it hard to the goalkeeper's near post, and it's pushed behind for a corner by Jan Sommer, Liverpool's third of the evening. Just one simple ball over the top, that's all it was for Ekitike. Another injury concern here for Inter Milan as teammates come over and check on Francesco Acerbi, who looks uncomfortable just on the edge of the 6-yard area. So we've got a little bit of a hold up here, just having a look what happened is as Ekitike went round him, he just sort of lost his footing, or he appeared to. He sort of stretched out the leg, and I don't know if he felt something there, the Italian. I think he must have done. We'll keep an eye on him. Inter Milan have already had to make one change, of course, in this first half. And indeed, the trainer is being called on for Francesco Acerbi by the looks of things. His right leg, he doesn't look good at all. He looks quite upset, actually. I do wonder if this is going to be Inter Milan's second change in this first half. Now, we are now on the half-hour mark. It's Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0, and Inter Milan are finding themselves having to make another change here by the looks of things. There is movement on the bench. We'll keep an eye on that. And well, he's getting the magic spray at the moment. Whether that can help him remains to be seen. Chelsea indeed did take the lead against Atalanta, by the way. I did say that one had gone to VAR. And João Pedro has got that one for Chelsea. So it's Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1. Last time out, of course, had a good win, didn't they? In the Champions League against Barcelona. A 3-0 victory at Stamford Bridge. Barcelona themselves trailing Frankfurt by a goal to 0 this evening. Tottenham have taken the lead against Slavia Prague. Here comes the change into Jan Pisek, the German international, is going to come on. So it's another enforced change for Inter Milan. And, well, what a disappointment this is for Inter. In the first half an hour, going to make 2 enforced changes. Tottenham one up against Slavia Prague. That goal from Zima, by the looks of things. An own goal then in that case, because that's not a Tottenham player. Corner then for Liverpool from the far side. Could Dominic Szoboszlai get it right this time? He hasn't so far with his set pieces. Right-footed in it comes. It's a decent delivery this time, and it's in, and it's Konate who heads it in for Liverpool, and they take a deserved lead here at the San Siro in the 32nd minute. The corner came in, and the header from about 8 yards out back into the mix, and Konate rose highest, and Ibrahima Konate gives Liverpool the lead in the fortress that is the San Siro. The header, I think, was from Van Dijk. It was either Van Dijk or Ekitike. They both went for the same ball. And on it goes to Konate, and it was Lautaro Martinez who was stood on the line for Inter Milan. Couldn't prevent the ball from going over the line. He got a touch on it, the Argentinian, but it had already gone in. And it's Inter 0, Liverpool 1, and it's Ibrahima Konate in the 32nd minute. An unlikely source is what you'd call that. Ibrahima Konate doesn't get his head on many. Those balls do come in from Szoboszlai. He finally got it right, actually, Szoboszlai, because it has been checked, by the way, by VAR. Don't ask me why. I haven't seen anything particularly obvious, as in a foul or a handball or anything in there. Certainly no offside. So if they are checking, it'll be for either a handball or a foul in that penalty area. Couldn't see anything obvious. And obviously VAR is here to clear up clear and obvious errors. I've only seen it once, just a replay once, and we await the decision from VAR. And if and when I do get another replay of it, I'll let you know what I think. It looks fair game to me, as the Americans would say, but we shall see. They're certainly taking their time with it, whatever it is they're looking at. The ball came in. It was at a lot of height on it, the ball. And from about 8 yards out, Van Dijk, I think it is, getting a replay of it now, actually. I think it comes off Ekitike. I can't see what they're looking at. I can't see that there's anything wrong with it. I think certainly nothing to do with the Canate header, by the way. The only thing I can think of is that the header from either Van Dijk or Ekitike, I couldn't see which, that there was a foul there, but it's very, very difficult to see because there's so many players just crowded around. There's so many players around the ball as it's played in. Getting another view of it now. I'm still struggling to see what they're looking at. Well, I think they are claiming a handball. I think that's what Inter Milan have said. And I assume that's what's being checked. Whether the referee is going to be sent over to the monitor to take a look, I don't know. This is one of those ones where surely the goal should be given because there's nothing clear and obvious about it. I mean, you would have seen it by now. I've seen 3 different replays of it, and there's nothing obvious in there. It may well have hit an arm by all means, but it's so hard to tell because there's so many players jumping for the same ball. You can't really see where the ball comes off. That's why I was struggling to work out who the assist went to, because Ekitike and Van Dijk both jumped for the ball with an Inter Milan player in between the two of them. Couldn't see which one it was. And I think what Inter are claiming is that it's come off the arm of either Ekitike or the Liverpool captain, but I have no idea. Well, the referee's now going to come across, so we're going to have even more time delayed on this one now. Across comes our referee, who is Felix Zweier, by the way, the German. He's coming towards the monitor. That often means that the decision is turned around, but we shall see what he can see. He's obviously being fed information as to what he can see. Well, I've just seen one view of it, and one view of it does look as if it's come off of Ekitike's arm, but very, very difficult to see. Does it bounce up off of Ekitike's? It might even bounce up off of Ekitike's arm and then onto Virgil van Dijk's head, and then on to Canate, who heads it in. Oh, goodness me. It's a very, very difficult one. I've seen another angle of it now. I think this really comes down to what I mentioned earlier, really, about clear and obvious. It's just not clear and obvious that it's hit his arm. It may well have hit his arm. Well, let's see what the decision is here. He's had a look at it, our referee, and indeed he has pointed to his arm, and that goal from Ibrahima Konate is no longer a goal. It's been ruled out. Virgil van Dijk gives a sarcastic applause to the officials. He's not happy at all with the decision, and it remains Inter 0, Liverpool 0, and that's a cruel one, I would say, for Liverpool. It's very, very tough to see. It may well have been off his arm, and I'll tell you what, if it's off his arm, then fair enough, it's a handball, but it's so difficult to see. Atletico Madrid have equalised in the Netherlands. It's PSV Eindhoven 1, Atletico Madrid 1, and Julian Alvarez, who's done so well since he's gone to the Spanish capital, since he left Manchester City, of course, he's got the goal. He's a real class act, he really is. Here come Inter then. We've survived that one as Szoboszlai heads clear out towards the far side for Inter, so it's 2 changes now from their starting 11, with Jan Bisek now coming on in place of Francesco Acerbi with that injury, and here he comes as well towards the edge of the penalty. A nice run from him. Now is he going to get the shot in? It takes a deflection, could go anywhere, and it goes behind for a corner. What an impact that would have been from Jan Bisek. He just it just opened up for him, picked the ball up pretty much on the halfway line, just kept running and running towards the penalty area, checked inside Gravenberg, who fell over, lost his footing, got the shot in, hits a Liverpool defender, and Inter have their first corner of the evening to be taken from the far side. Looks as if DiMarco, with the fair hair, is going to take this one for the Italians. No, he's not. He's changed his mind. He's walked away from it, and rushing across to take it now is Nicola Barella, as DiMarco takes his place just outside the penalty area, just to the left of Zielinski, who's also there. Right-footed delivery, and it comes. Another poor delivery. It's Isak who gets the header clear. Didn't beat the first man again, apart from that latest Szoboszlai corner that resulted in the goal that was ruled out. It's been poor. What a lovely cross that is towards the far post. Van Dijk, though, with a great header to get it clear, and then a total miss hit on the edge of the penalty area by Ekitike. loses possession for Liverpool, and he's then conceded a free kick by bringing down Thuram, and he's going to get a yellow card as well for that by the looks of things. Really sloppy from Liverpool. It was a lovely cross, by the way, from the right-hand side, which Van Dijk dealt with. Really good clearance from Van Dijk. It falls then to Ekitike, who's got the simplest of tasks, which is just to clear the ball, and he just completely miskicks it. But I tell you what, he does kick Jan Bisek. And he's ended up with a yellow card, so that levels that particular stat up. The Frenchman goes into the book and joins Lautaro Martinez, so it's two strikers that have gone into the book. And to add injury to insult to injury here, I should say, it's a free kick to Inter Milan in a dangerous position, about 30 yards from goal to left of centre. DeBarco looks like he fancies this one, but also behind it is Nicola Barella. Liverpool have a four-man wall just inside the penalty area, being bellowed at by Alisson. Now, will it be the left foot of DeMarco? I think it's going to be the right foot of Barella. Barella, right-footed shot! Oh, my goodness me. Yard or so wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post. What an effort that was. He had Alisson scampering across towards his right-hand side. I don't think he was going to get there. And it's a yard or so wide of that right-hand post. To be fair to Alisson, he did get across very, very quickly. He might well have been able to have got fingertips to it if it was creeping inside the post. It's a great effort, and easily the closest that Inter Milan have come to a breakthrough so far this evening. We've got 5 minutes to half-time, and we're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time, of course, for that VAR check for that Liverpool goal that was disallowed. And the ball has gone out of play over on the far side. Liverpool, I should say, have a throw. They've taken it and gone back towards their penalty area. Here's Curtis Jones. Two Inter Milan players around him. Has to go back to Canate, who thought he'd given Liverpool the lead. Loops it down the line. It's a poor one actually from the Frenchman, straight out of play. DeMarco takes the throw in quickly for Inter on the halfway line down the left-hand side. Back it goes now to Akanji just outside the centre circle. He's got Bisek now to his right-hand side. Loves to get forward, the German international. We saw that, didn't we, some moments ago. As it's picked up now by Bastoni. Over the halfway line he goes for Inter. Back heels it and then eventually goes back to Akanji. Akanji over the halfway line, he comes inside the centre circle. Bisek to his right. Goes towards Barella in the end. Immediately gets it back, the Swiss international. And then finds Bastoni towards his left-hand side. He's closed down by Alexander Isak and just rolls round the Swede, no problem at all. Finds Bisek towards his right-hand side. Over the halfway line he comes. And it goes now to Luis Enrique. Back to Bisek, and Bisek right-footed low all the way back to Jan Sommer, the goalkeeper. Forward it goes now for Inter Milan. Mkhitaryan out towards Luis Enrique again. He's got Andy Robertson for company, turns left-footed and plays it long towards halfway line. Brilliantly taken down by Martinez, who releases it out towards Barella down this right side. He's going back to Thuram. Thuram on the edge of the penalty area. Good defending, though, by Gravenberg to get back. He has put it up behind, though, for a corner for Inter Milan. Alisson thought he'd kept the ball in play. He absolutely didn't. He's trying to play a quick one there to the referee, pull a fast one, I should say, to the referee. And Inter Milan have another corner, their second of the evening. He had to get there as well because Thuram would have had a clear header about 8 yards out. Corner then for Inter Milan. It will be DeMarco to take this one. He decided against it last time out, Nicola Barella, but he's gone across this time, so it's going to be a left-footed outswinger for Inter Milan. 3 minutes to half-time. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. And it comes. Palm clear towards the edge of the penalty area by Alisson. Inter Milan will retrieve it, though, through Barella. Just outside the centre circle, inside the Liverpool half. Out towards the inside left position. Here's Zielinski. The pole advances towards the edge of the penalty area. Then it goes out to DeMarco. First time ball into the box. A low one. Here's Martinez. Lays up towards the edge of the penalty. And there's the shot. Always rising from Zielinski into the crowd towards our right-hand side. It's a goal kick for Liverpool. And Inter Milan just growing into this game, it feels, since, in fact, the goal was disallowed for Liverpool. Following that VAR decision, of course. And Marseille have turned things around against UniSG. They were trailing by a goal to nil. They now lead by 2 goals to 1. And it's Marcus Greenwood who's got the... Mason Greenwood, I should say, who's got the goal. The ex-Manchester United man, of course. Mason Greenwood, who's got the goal for Marseille. They're second, so they lead by 2 goals to 1. Long ball forward for Liverpool. That's going to go all the way through to Jan Sommer. First time clearance out to Luis Henrique for Inter Milan. Now it's Barella back to the goalkeeper. First time clearance out towards the left-hand side of his penalty area. And Bastoni can bring it forward towards the halfway line for Inter. Over the halfway line he comes, unchallenged, keeps going. Eventually closed down by McAllister, goes out towards the left-hand side, and Zielinski the pole. Back in field to Mkhitaryan, steadies himself. Low reverse ball back to DeMarco. First time ball back out of the penalty area. There comes the cross. It's taken a flick off a Liverpool player, and Inter Milan suddenly the better team here. Ever since that goal was disallowed, really, Liverpool thought they'd got the goal that they deserved. They were the better team for the first 35 minutes or so, but ever since that goal was chalked off through VAR, Inter have had the better of it, and they've had 3 corners now, unable to create any sort of opportunity or opening with the previous 2. Let's see what they can do. This time it's Barella who's gone back over, and he's taking up corner duties. DeMarco took the last one. It was a left-footed outswing, and this is a right-footed inswing, although he goes short to DeMarco, left-hand corner of the penalty area, goes back out towards the left-hand side, low ball in, really poor, and a really poor worked corner overall for Inter Milan, and Liverpool can bring it clear through Alexander Isak, who just goes down far too easily there, wanting a free kick. He's not going to get it, the Swede, and Inter have possession again. That's really poor from Isak, who gets back on the field and sort of runs gingerly back towards the edge of his penalty area to defend. He's got to do better for his team there. Ball out to his left-hand side of the penalty. There comes the cross, and that's straight into the arms of goalkeeper Alisson. Alisson just happy to hold the ball up for a second or two. Into the last minute of the first half here at the San Siro. Still into 0. Liverpool 0. Long ball down the right-hand side for Liverpool, but that's going to come to absolutely nothing. In fact, there's a flag up, and it'll be a free kick for Inter Milan inside their own half as we enter stoppage time. It'll be all that stoppage time for that check for that Liverpool goal that was ultimately ruled out. That's going to be the time to add on. There was at least 3 minutes, I'd say. We'd have 4 that. In fact, we've got 7. I've no idea where that's come from. Having said that, Inter Milan have had 2 players taken off, of course, through injuries. We have had the injuries as well. Inter Milan are breaking down the left-hand side. Low ball in by DeMarco towards Thuram. Liverpool clear out towards the far side. Konate and Gravenberg together combine to get the ball clear for Liverpool. That's a nice ball out of defence to Ekitike now. Over the halfway line he goes. Needs to support the Frenchman, really. He's doing everything himself at the moment as he works his way over towards the right side. Looks around for support, and eventually it arrives. And in the end, he's happy to take a throw-in over on the far side. So a throw-in for Liverpool. Midway inside the Inter half, down the Liverpool right-hand side. So 7 minutes of stoppage time. And Joe Gomez has the throw-in for the Merseysiders over on the far side. Back inside their own half they go. Now it's with Curtis Jones, who's probably been Liverpool's brightest spark in this first half. Over the halfway line comes Gravenberg. Just to the right of the centre circle. McAllister ahead of him, goes back to Curtis Jones though. Curtis Jones, ball with the outside of the boot towards his left-hand side, and Virgil van Dijk, who's got Robertson towards his left, goes out to the Scot as well, retreating under pressure from Luis Henrique, goes back to his goalkeeper Alisson. Alisson inside the D for Liverpool, touches it out to his captain again, and Van Dijk decides to go long this time, out towards the far side. DeMarco is there for Inter Milan. Now Mkhitaryan clashes with Joe Gomez, and that's a free kick as he's brought down there. Free kick then for Inter. Just outside the centre circle, inside their own half, which they've already taken. Here's Akanji. 2 minutes of stoppage time played, 5 to go. Still goalless here at the San Siro. And neither of these sides have drawn a game yet in the Champions League. Down goes Gravenberg under pressure from Marcus Thuram, Lilian Thuram's son, of course. Free kick to Liverpool, which they've already taken. Here's Virgil van Dijk, left to the centre circle. Forward to Curtis Jones, lays it off immediately to Gravenberg. Gravenberg onto McAllister. This is better from Liverpool, then the ball through to McAllister's got too much on it, and that goes all the way through to Jan Sommer. Bowls it out quickly, looking to get on with proceedings here. Inter Milan as Barella picks it up, then sweeps it out towards the left-hand side. Bastoni brings it forward, bit of pace from him, holds off Isak, and then goes out towards the left-hand side, continues his run down the left-hand side. This is good from Inter Milan, and in the end, as he tries to thread it through for Thuram, it hits Konate, goes out of play. It's an Inter Milan throw, which they've taken quickly. They go inside the Liverpool half, down the Inter left, back towards the halfway line it goes, then back out towards that left-hand side again. Down the left-hand side it goes to Martinez, left-hand side of the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? Well, he does get the cross in. There's nobody willing to gamble for Inter. Cleared out towards this near side. Luis Enrique retrieves it. Now DeMarco, low ball into the box, volleyed clear on the edge of the 6-yard area by Virgil van Dijk. That was promising, and again, nobody willing to gamble though at that near post for Inter Milan. Good little spell this though for the posts before half-time in the 7 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Bisek, back to Akanji, inside the centre circle for Milan. And then the low ball out towards Barella. He's got Luis Enrique ahead of him down that right-hand touchline, but he goes back to Bisek in the end, who touches it off to Akanji. And Akanji square to Bastoni. Now it's with Zielinski. Midway inside the Liverpool half. Then puts the afterburners on, left-hand side of the penalty area. Goes for goal and just drills it towards the near post, but that's a comfortable one for Alisson. 4 minutes of stoppage time played. I think he was just hoping that maybe there was a gap at that near post that he could exploit. But Alisson is onto it quickly. Here's Van Dijk, left-hand corner of the penalty area, closed down by Thuram. Curtis Jones, now Gravenberg. Back to Alisson, he's going to have to clear first time out towards Van Dijk, stretching, just manages to keep the ball in play and then clears long, right-footed, well over the halfway line. There's Akanji with the header for Inter Milan. And then McAllister plays it off of Bisek out of play. Liverpool throw in. Midway inside the Inter half, down the Liverpool left. And McAllister leaves it for Andy Robertson. Robertson just being told to retreat back towards the halfway line to take the ball, take the throw in from the appropriate place. Finds Van Dijk, now Curtis Jones. Down the line to Robertson now. Can he control this one? No, he can't. It's a very heavy touch, in fact, from Andy Robertson, which goes all the way behind for a goal kick for Inter Milan. We've played 5 minutes of stoppage time here at the San Siro. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Half-time, Union SG 1, Marseille 2. Half-time, Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0. Also half-times, PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 1, and Monaco 0. Galatasaray 0. It's Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1. And they're still playing between Barcelona and Frankfurt, where Frankfurt lead by a goal to 0. Inter Milan, have they got one last opportunity before half-time to get the breakthrough? DeMarco. Back in field it goes to Bastoni. Now Mkhitaryan over on the far side. Ups the ante a little bit, continues running towards the left-hand side of the penalty area, then just overruns it slightly. Martinez picks it up, edge of the penalty area, leaves it for Barella, back to DeMarco. DeMarco out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Back in field it goes to DeMarco, back out towards that far side. There's the cross, there's the header! Oh, good save by Alisson. The header from Martinez was creeping in towards the far post, and Alisson had to get down towards his left-hand side to palm that clear before, and to prevent Inter Milan from getting the breakthrough just before half-time. They're coming again, though, the Italians, down the right-hand side this time. Here's Barella. Easily the closest Inter Milan have come to getting the opener here at the San Siro. Inter are finishing the half strongly. We're in the final minute of stoppage time. Akanji midway inside the Liverpool half. And the Swiss finds Bisek. Out towards this near side it goes eventually. Barella steadies himself. Is he getting the ball into the box here? No, he goes square to his left-hand side again. And Akanji, he finds towards his left-hand side. Bastoni, cross comes in. Liverpool clear it. And McAllister goes down wanting a free kick. Gets a free kick. And that, I think, will be pretty much that for the first half. But Martinez with the header. Alisson with the save. It was the cross from the left-hand side from Bastoni. The header from about 8 yards out. He just got ahead of Van Dijk, Martinez. And he couldn't quite tuck it in the corner. It was too close to Alisson. It's a save that you would expect the Brazilian goalkeeper to make. If it was tucked in the corner, it was 1-0 to Inter. Absolutely no question. Free kick then for Liverpool. And I think that'll be pretty much that for this first half here at the San Siro. It's half-time at the Nou Camp. Barcelona 0, Frankfurt 1. That's all the half-times, and it's half-time here. And it's Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. The big moment coming in the 32nd minute. Ibrahim Konate thought he'd given Liverpool the lead after a long VAR check. It was adjudged that there was a handball from Hugo Ekitike, I think it was, as the ball was played following the corner to Konate, who nodded in from about 6 yards out. It was chalked off, so it remains here at half-time. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Back out for the second half here at the San Siro here in Milan. Half-time in the sixth week phase, group phase of the Champions League. It's Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. And Liverpool with a goal chalked off through VAR, 32nd minute, Ibrahima Konate header following a corner, but a handball in the build-up, chalking that one off. Inter Milan made two changes in the first half, enforced changes, two injuries. Francesco Serbi and Hakan Calhanoglu both taken off through injury. Johan Boni, Jan Bisak, I should say, and Peter Zielinski have come on for Inter Milan. Teams out for the second half. Then Inter Milan, the usual black and blue striped shirts, black shorts, black socks. Liverpool in the usual all red. Our referee for this evening is Felix Weyer from Germany, and it's Inter Milan getting us underway in the second period, playing from right to left. So Inter with Sommer now in goal. Bastoni and Bisek and Akanji now at the back as Inter go long. That's straight into the arms of Alisson. DiMarco, Mkhitaryan. We've now got Zielinski, of course, in midfield. Barella and Luis Enrique. And then Thuram and Martinez up front. Martinez is the only yellow card for Inter. And for Liverpool, no changes at half-time. We are as we were at the start of play with the English champions. It's Alisson in goal, back four from left to right of Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate and Gomez. Midfield of McAllister, Gravenberg and Soboslai. And the front three, Ekatike, who's the only yellow carded for Liverpool, Isak and Jones. On the benches for Inter, we have Boni, Carlos Augusto, Pucci, De Vrij, Diouf, Esposito, Pratesi, Martinez, Sukic, Taiho and Zielinski. And for Liverpool, Bradley, Kirkes, Lucky, Mamadashvili, Nguma, Yoni, Florian Wirtz, and Freddie Woodman. So, Inter Milan have given the ball on the way on the edge of penalty. Can Isak make the most of this? Isak gets the shot in, and it's a disappointing one from the Swede, well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Sloppy from Inter, actually. And he had time there. It was played out from Jan Sommer. He just sells the ball a little bit short to Akanji. Isak picks it up, takes one touch, then right-footed tries to curl it towards the goalkeeper's left-hand side. It goes well wide of that left-hand post. It's the sort of situation and the sort of opportunity that will be afforded to Alexander Isak when he was in his plum at Newcastle. He would have buried that, but just not confident at all at the moment, the Swede in front of goal. On ball forward now for Inter Milan. There's the towering header from Van Dijk back towards the edge of the penalty area, flicked on by Soboslai towards Ekatike. That goes all the way through to goalkeeper Jan Sommer. We'll keep you up to date with all the other happenings across Europe. Tottenham have gone 2-0 up at the start of the second half in their game in North London against Slavia Prague. Penalty from Mohamed Kudus. Here come Inter down the left. Here's Martinez, left-hand side of the penalty area. Just holds it up. The two Liverpool players around and manages to get it back to Barella. Barella gets the crossing towards the far post. He's got a lot on it. And Luis Enrique at the far post can't control it, and it goes behind for a goal kick. He was the... or he came the closest to getting into a goal in the first half and giving them a lead. Lautaro Martinez with a header that was saved by Alisson. As far as the stats go in that first period, Inter doesn't ring right with me, doesn't sort of sit true with me, the possession. 57-43, it felt like Liverpool had the better of the first half, but possession-wise, 57% in favour of Inter. 5 shots to Liverpool's 4, 2 on target each of both chances. The XG, which is always a better one of working out who's been bossing the game really, is 0.21 for Inter and 0.14 for Liverpool, so very, very low. Let's hope it improves in this second period between the team that finished second in the Italian League last season. Lost the league title, went right down to the wire, didn't it? Napoli won it on the last day of the season. Liverpool coasted to their 20th English League title last season, didn't they? They were sort of ran through unchallenged in the end after early pressure from Arsenal and Manchester City. They put their foot firmly on the accelerator and just breezed clear in the end. And this season, it's just not happening for them, is it? They're almost, you have to say, out of the title race already. Arne Slot has already made it quite clear that their priority this season in the league is to get in the top 4 and qualify for the Champions League again. Lovely ball floated out towards the near side of Gomez. Back down the line to Soboslai. Gets the ball back immediately, just about keeps it in play. Into clear towards the halfway line. Here's Lautaro Martinez. Long down the left-hand side. That's a good one. And suddenly Inter Milan are in business with Mkhitaryan. And a really poor cross from the left-hand side of Thuram. Puts way too much on it, the Armenian. And that opportunity goes to waste for Inter Milan. It was a lovely ball initially by Martinez. Game just opening up a little bit here as Soboslai pokes it out to Isak over from that far side. Midway inside the Inter Milan half, advancing towards the edge of penalty area. Ball on his right foot. Is he going to get the cross in? No. He plays it to Curtis Jones. Out to Gomez. Right corner of the penalty area. Really poor cross from Gomez, which loops over the bar and behind for a goal kick. And that shows the lack of confidence, I think, from Isak. He did have that shot some moments ago, which he put well wide, but he had no choice but to go for goal there because he was on his own. On this occasion, he had a chance to go for goal, and he elected to just play it square towards his right-hand side, then go for goal when he was only just outside the penalty area. Good position, just opened up for the Swede as well. DeMarco down the line now for Inter. Here is Mkhitaryan. That's a foul. Gravenberg in the back of him. Free kick for Inter Milan, just a yard infield from this left-hand touchline down the Inter Milan left-hand side. 5 minutes played in the second half here at the San Siro. Goals going in absolutely everywhere. And PSV 1, Marseille PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 3. Well, it was 1 apiece at half-time. And Atletico Madrid have struck twice in the early stage of that second half. Hanchko and Sorloth with the goals. So PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 3. There's also been a goal in the Barcelona game. Barcelona are back level at the Nou Camp after trailing to Frankfurt. It's now 1 apiece, and that goal scored by Jules Koundé. And there's also been another goal in the Union Saint-Gilles game against Marseille, and Mason Greenwood's got a second, so it's 3-1 now to the French side. Still goalless between Monaco and Galatasaray. That's the only other game that's goalless other than this one. And Atalanta have just equalised against Chelsea. Gianluca Scamacca has got that one for the Italians. So Italy versus England. It's one apiece in that one. It's Italy versus England here, and it's love in tennis terms, isn't it? 0-0, no goals to call off so far. Inter Milan with possession. Here's Barella out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Crossing opportunity for Bastoni. Thinks better of it though. Decides to go back to Zielinski. Zielinski in the inside left position. Goes square towards his right-hand side. Finds Akanji. Back immediately to the pole now. Looks towards his left-hand side. Goes forward this time to Barella though. Barella left-hand corner of the penalty area. Waiting for some movement really from down this near side from Bastoni, which comes eventually again. Bastoni elects not to cross the ball in. And in the end, what a waste from Inter Milan. There was an offside, I think. Let's have a look at this one. It's played down the left-hand side. Yeah, he just strays offside, Bastoni. Really poor from him. Free kick for Liverpool. It's not really classic, this one. It really hasn't. It's got to be better the second half, surely. It's been a poor first half. It really has. And it's Liverpool with a free kick to the right of their penalty area, which Alisson will take. Just hearing Barcelona have turned it round against Frankfurt. They were a goal behind. They've scored 2 goals very quickly there, leading the La Liga table at the moment with a little bit of a cushion now against Real Madrid after the defeat for Los Blancos at the weekend, and coupled with a victory for Barcelona as Luis Enrique goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, just on the right-hand side of his 6-yard area, plays it out low to Bastoni, closed down by Isak, and Liverpool win the ball back through Gomez. Now, can they take advantage of sloppiness there from Inter Milan? No, they can't, because only Alexis McAllister will know what he was doing there. Picked the ball up about 30 yards from goal and then just played it behind for a goal kick. That's the simplest way of putting it. I think he was playing it out, or wanting to play it out towards the right-hand side, where he was hoping that a run was being made by a Liverpool player. It was likely to be Soboslai, and he just played it far too far in front of him, and it's behind for a goal kick. So Barca 2-1 up, and it's Jules Koundé again. 2 goals in 3 minutes for him. So Barca in a good position there as Sommer goes long. Here's Soboslai though for Liverpool, goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Traps it under the right foot, Alisson, and then low out towards Virgil van Dijk. On it goes now to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones turns, finds Gravenberg towards his right-hand side. Gravenberg just shy of the centre circle inside the Liverpool half. Canate to his right. Canate now has it. The Frenchman brings it over the halfway line, and then is told by Soboslai to go backwards, but he does play it forward towards Gomez down this near side. He plays it down the line, takes a little nick off of Federico Di Marco, goes out of play. Liverpool throw in down this near side, the Liverpool right, just inside the Inter half, straight back inside their own half they go though as the throw is taken, and it's Canate square to Virgil van Dijk. On it goes to Alexis McAllister. He gets the ball back immediately, Virgil van Dijk, then tries Gravenberg. 1-2 between himself and Alexis McAllister, works his way out towards the left-hand side, then leaves it for Andy Robertson, who immediately plays it back inside his own half. Good possession again from Liverpool without hurting Inter Milan. Now can Isak come up with something special here? Low ball out towards the left-hand side. Robertson midway inside the Inter Milan half. Infield it goes to Gravenberg, who lays it off to Curtis Jones towards his right-hand side. Now out towards the inside right position, Soboslai. He's got Gomez towards his right-hand side, who he finds. Immediately goes back infield to Curtis Jones. Shrugs off the attentions of Jan Bisek and then goes all the way back to the halfway line. Here's Canate, and Canate turns and goes back to his goalkeeper. He's well outside of his penalty area, Alisson. 10 minutes played at the start of the second. Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. 9 Champions League trophies between them. 6 for Liverpool, 3 for Inter Milan. Long clearance down the centre for Alisson. They were the last Italian team to win the Champions League. Inter Milan, of course, it was 2010. It's a long time ago now, isn't it? As Barella tries to thread one through down the centre towards the Torre Martinez. It's got too much on it. It goes all the way through to Alisson. Wastes no time at all in getting Liverpool on their way once more. Soboslai midway inside the Inter Milan half, out towards the inside left position, and Andy Robertson. On it goes to Ekitike. He's been quiet in the second half. The Frenchman goes back to Robertson again. Now it's Alexis McAllister out to Gomez. almost level with the edge of the penalty area. 1-2 between himself and McAllister. Gomez closed down by DiMarco. It's good possession by Liverpool, but they're not hurting Inter Milan here. Ekitike now 30 yards from goal, just pokes it back again to the Argentinian McAllister, who goes all the way back to the halfway line of Canate. Gravenberg overruns it slightly, but just manages to maintain possession and find McAllister towards his right-hand side. He immediately releases it out to Gomez. Back it goes to the Argentinian, and he goes all the way back inside his own half. And it's Canate inside the centre circle, who turns right-footed and goes all the way back once more to Alisson. On it goes to Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai is going to leave this one for Curtis Jones, who touches it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goes long this time, Alisson down the centre. There's the header clear for Inter Milan, but Liverpool win it again inside the centre circle. There's a coming together between Mkhitaryan and Szoboszlai, which is going to result in a free kick and a yellow card as well for Henrik Mkhitaryan for that challenge on the Hungarian. So free kick to Liverpool inside the centre circle. As we head towards the hour mark here at the San Siro, it's still goalless between Inter Milan and Liverpool. Free kick is taken. Curtis Jones onto Ekitike, goes back towards the halfway line of Van Dijk. Van Dijk out towards the left-hand side finds Robertson. Now it's Van Dijk again with the bright yellow boots on, just to the left of the centre circle. Goes back to Alisson again, who's well outside of his penalty area, the Brazilian goalkeeper. On it goes to Canate. Ball with the outside of the right boot to Joe Gomez, and then Canate once more back to the goalkeeper. I did say that the second half surely would be better than the first half, because the first half was really poor. Well, I have to say the first 13 minutes of the second half have been even worse. They really have. Now there's a lovely turn by Gravenberg there on the halfway line. Here's an opportunity for Liverpool. They've got plenty of players forward. Isak, left hand side of the penalty area, goes out towards the left hand side. There's the cross. Oh goodness me, and it just needed a touch from Alexis McAllister, who's inside the 6-yard area, and in the end it got a touch by Alessandro Bastoni to get it clear for Inter Milan. Inviting cross from that left-hand side. He just swings out a boot. He doesn't really know what he's doing there, really, Bastoni. He just knows he's got to get a touch to prevent McAllister from doing so. And that's exactly what he does. He completely miskicks it, actually, as he attempted to clear it on the volley. It's gone out of play down this near side. It's a Liverpool throw right next to the corner flag down there right. Gomez to take it. That's the first goal mouth action we've seen in this second half. Gomez is going to throw long. And there's a header clear there for Inter Milan. A further one clear. Martinez has it out to DiMarco. Now here's Thuram. Thuram runs into Curtis Jones. Wants a free kick. Goes down far too easily for my liking. Liverpool win it back now. Curtis Jones just overruns it slightly, and Inter Milan can bring it clear with Thuram. Thuram, what's he going to do with it here? He's got 3 Liverpool players around him, but he's still managed to find a blue and black shirt. And Inter Milan now on the break down this left-hand side. This is promising with Bastoni. Out it goes towards the edge of the penalty. Here's Martinez. Martinez steadies himself, gets the shot in it, hits Van Dijk, clears out towards Barella. Barella on the right side of the penalty area for Inter Milan. Liverpool now back in numbers, to be fair. Luis Enrique gets it out towards the far side. Then Gomez under absolutely no pressure whatsoever at the far post. He could have taken that down, taken a couple of touches and then cleared. And in the end, he just heads it behind for a corner. Under no pressure whatsoever. I know sometimes you don't really know what's behind you. Inter Milan corner, their 4th of the evening. Taking a short one, goes back to DiMarco. Lovely cross by DiMarco towards that near post. And it's headed behind, is it, by... well, I thought it came off of Virgil van Dijk, but the referee saying that Jan Bisek had the last touch. And there's a little bit of a moment between, a light-hearted moment, I have to say, between Virgil van Dijk and Jan Bisek. Just looking at the replay of this. Well, it did look like it came off Van Dijk, I have to say. It's a goal kick. And we played an hour here at the San Siro. It's Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. And elsewhere, Atalanta 1, Chelsea 1, Barcelona 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Monaco 0, Galatasaray 0, PSV Eindhoven 1, Atletico Madrid 3, Spurs 2, Slavia Prague 0, and Union SG 1, Marseille 3. Inter coming down the right side with DiMarco. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Might fall for Mkhitaryan. Decided to try and back heel it for some reason towards Thuram. Didn't work out for him. Liverpool clear, but Inter will come again. They look shaky again at the back. Liverpool is in to come forward, but that's a misplaced pass. Cleared by Liverpool again. They're doing everything they can, Liverpool, to try and gift the ball back to Inter Milan, but in the end, there's a Liverpool player who's gone down on the edge of the penalty area. Curtis Jones it is, and it'll be a free kick for Liverpool. It's McAllister, in fact, who went down under the challenge from Jan Bisek, one of the 2 first half substitutions for Inter Milan, enforced by injuries in the first period. And Liverpool have this free kick. It's Canate. Low ball back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. Alisson out to Van Dijk, left-hand corner of the penalty area for Liverpool. Robertson to his left. Robertson takes one touch and then kicks long left-footed. Looking towards Isak, but Akanji wins the header. Towering header as well for Inter, back inside the Liverpool half. This is promising now for Inter. Martinez out towards this near side. There's nobody there. I think he was expecting DeMarco to make the run. Gomez will clear up for Liverpool and clear down the right-hand side. Nice ball as well on towards Szoboszlai, and then Szoboszlai wins the throw as he plays it off of Bastoni. Throw in on the halfway line. I think the ball was the right idea out towards his left-hand side. There was plenty of space for Inter, but DeMarco was back on the halfway line, not making the run down that left-hand side as Inter won the ball back from Liverpool on the halfway line. Here's Szoboszlai now. Brings it forward towards the halfway line at walking pace and then loops it over towards Andy Robertson on that far side. The Scot brings the ball down beautifully. Then down the line it goes to Hugo Ekitike. Two Inter Milan players around him. Cuts infield, ball on his right foot. He's going to try the shot. And it's a simple save for the goalkeeper, Jan Sommer. It was on target from Ekitike down the centre. One of about 30 yards. Just opened up for him for a second. He thought, why not? Right-footed. And the goalkeeper grabbed that one low down. And here come Inter again. Bastoni just shrugs off Dominic Szoboszlai, then goes back to Sommer. Sommer kicks long right-footed. Over the halfway line that one goes. Underneath it is Gomez. Lovely cushion volley towards his right-hand side to Virgil van Dijk. And the Liverpool captain finds Robertson over on that far side, who turns left-footed and goes back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. Out it goes now to Ibrahima Konate. Now it's Gravenberg. Can he find a little bit of inspiration? Nice ball out towards the left-hand side for Liverpool. Over the halfway line they come with Andy Robertson. Forward down that left-hand side. Here's Alexander Isak. Back it goes again to Robertson infield for Liverpool. Now Szoboszlai. It's opened up for Szoboszlai. Is he going to try the shot? He does, and it's blocked by Bastoni out towards this near side. Throw in for Liverpool. Had to go for the shot there. Szoboszlai opened up beautifully for the Hungarian there. Took one touch, drilled it towards goal, but so quick to close him down was Alessandro Bastoni. Throw in though for Liverpool down this near side, almost level with the edge of the Inter Milan penalty area down the Liverpool right. Gomez, is he going to go for the long one? He did on the previous occasion with little success, but Virgil van Dijk and Konate have now both come forward. He's gone back towards the advertising hoardings here, Gomez, so suggestions he is going to throw this one in long, and he comes now. There it goes. It's a decent delivery, but it's headed clear by Inter, and they can bring it clear now through Thuram. Thuram just shrugs off Konate. Lovely ball in field as well for Zielinski. Zielinski out towards the far side. This is promising now for Inter Milan. Over the halfway line it's Mkhitaryan now. Out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Martinez is in the penalty area waiting for the delivery. It's not a great cross. Cleared by Liverpool. Inter retrieve it. Edge of the penalty area. Here's Thuram just outside the D. There's the shot right-footed. Tries to curl it towards the far post, but well wide of that left-hand post and behind for a goal kick for Liverpool. Well, he had Thuram in. He had Martinez inside the penalty area if he wanted to find him, but it was too tempting that for the Frenchman to have a go from just outside the D. Union SG have got one back against Marseille. It's 2-3 now between them and Marseille, and Kalali has got the second. He got the first as well for them, so it's 2-3. And also Monaco now have taken the lead against Galatasaray. Florian Balogun, the ex-Arsenal man's got that goal, so this is now the only game still goalless. But how much longer will it be goalless for? Here come Inter. There's the cross towards the far post, and again Konate, just as Gomez did a few minutes ago, takes no chances at all, under no pressure whatsoever, heads the ball behind for Inter Milan's fifth corner of the evening to be taken from this near side. 25 minutes left for play now at the San Siro. Still Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0. Corner from this near side for Inter, their left-hand side. DeMarco, left-footed out swinger by the looks of things, unless he fancies the short one. Don't think he is, because nobody's come across for it. Although having said that, the referee's not happy anyway at the moment, just having a word with Gomez and Thuram inside that penalty area. Referee now steps away, he's happy. Up goes the right arm of Federico DeMarco. In comes the cross then. The corner, headed clear for Liverpool towards the edge of the penalty area. Mkhitaryan goes for the shot, which is, well, let's put it this way, it's as close to the corner flag as it is to the goal. It's behind, and it's a goal kick for Liverpool as we head towards the midway point of the second half. Earlier they finished Carrot 0, Olympiacos 1 and Bayern 3, Sporting 1. In the live table, Inter Milan, if they do draw this game, will remain, or they will be in third, I should say, with 13 points. Liverpool will be in 14th with 10 points. Maybe you'd see them sandwiched between Barcelona and Newcastle. Barcelona leading at the moment against Eintracht Frankfurt. Newcastle playing tomorrow evening. More big games tomorrow coming at you in the Champions League. Here's Szoboszlai back to Curtis Jones over the halfway line. He goes to Alexis McAllister, and I think that Jan Bisak thought he'd won the ball back there, but he's fouled the Argentinian. Free kick. Tomorrow we've got the likes of Athletic Bilbao against PSG, Leverkusen against Newcastle, Benfica, Napoli, Club Brugge, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Man City is the one that sort of sticks out tomorrow. Liverpool are making a couple of changes here. Conor Bradley is going to come on. He's going to have to be careful, Conor Bradley, because he's on 2 yellow cards, which means he would be suspended for the next game of the Champions League if he were to pick up one. And the big money buy of the summer, Florian Wirtz, is coming on. And talking of big money buys, Alexander Isak's evening is over. It's not been a particularly good one once again for the ex-Newcastle man. So Wirtz with the gloves is on. And the other Liverpool player to come off was Joe Gomez. No further changes for Inter other than those two that they made, of course, in the first half. Those enforced changes due to those injuries. Liverpool with possession over on the far side, and they just keep the ball in play. Infield it goes to Gravenberg. Gravenberg goes long towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. Brought down beautifully on the chest as well by Conor Bradley. Gets the cross in. Ekitike with the shot. It's blocked clear towards the edge of the Predator. And then Gravenberg, right-footed. Gets right underneath it, the Dutchman. And it goes behind for a goal kick. But that was almost an instant impact there from Conor Bradley. Put the ball down beautifully right side of the penalty area. Low ball into the box to Ekitike. It's a great cross as well. And Ekitike's shot is blocked by Alessandro Bastoni. And it cleared towards the edge of the penalty area where Gravenberg was. And Gravenberg from just inside the D, right-footed, but right underneath it. Just off balance slightly as well, I think. Goal kick for Inter. Liverpool have won the ball back midway inside the Inter Milan half. This is promising for Liverpool. McAllister, brilliant challenge by Thuram though to win the ball back for, brilliant tackle. It looked like a good challenge, but the referee has given a free kick for Liverpool, about 35 yards from goal. Just looking at a replay of this one, did Thuram win the ball? Well, he did win the ball, but as Martinez came in on the left-hand side of McAllister, did he foul the Argentinian? I'm not entirely sure he did, to be quite honest with you. He sort of fell into him, but the ball had already been cleared. And the Argentinian probably has a case there, not particularly happy with the decision. Liverpool have a free kick in a very, very similar position to where Dominic Szoboszlai scored earlier on in the season at Anfield, of course, against Arsenal. 35 yards from goal, just to right of centre, and it is the Hungarian behind this one. Well, can lightning strike twice? 20 minutes left on the clock. And Dominic Szoboszlai, who's taken numerous free kicks since that one at Anfield against Arsenal, and it's not worked out for them. He goes right footed. He clips it in this time rather than going for goal. And in to get it clear, probably should have gone for goal. Cleared out towards Florian Wirtz, gets his first touch off the bench, the German. Infielder Curtis Jones. Now Szoboszlai reverses play out towards the far side again. Little header by Robertson towards Florian Wirtz. Not going to find him, but it's come back to the Scot. Gets the cross in left-footed. And DeMarco lets it run out towards this near side. It'll be retrieved though by Conor Bradley for Liverpool. Couldn't spell this actually for Arne Slot's men. Here's Szoboszlai, low ball into the box. Not a particularly good one. Volley clear by Bastoni. The ball is up in the air on the edge of the Inter Milan penalty, and in the end Mkhitaryan is fouled, and it'll be a free kick to Inter Milan. 19 minutes left to play. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. It feels as if we're starting to wonder where the goal's going to come from in this game, if it is. And if it remains the same, as I say, Inter will be third tonight. Liverpool will be 14th, and this will be the first draw for either team. going into this game into a 4 wins and a defeat. Liverpool with 3 wins and 2 defeats in their first 5. The possession stats are upon us, and it's pretty much down the middle. 51-49 in favour of Inter, who are racing forward down this left-hand side. DiMarco now. DiMarco gets the first time ball into the box. And it was the wrong decision anyway, because there was no Inter Milan player in the box, and just floats into the arms of Alisson. Alisson bowls it out towards that far side. Just shy of the halfway line is Andy Robertson. In field he goes to Gravenberg. Leaves it for Curtis Jones. Now it's Florian Wirtz again, just inside the Inter Milan half. Works his way out towards the left-hand side, then leaves it for Andy Robertson. Infielder Curtis Jones back towards the halfway line, left-footed into the centre of the circle for Ibrahim Konate. On to Connor Bradley. Infield to Ekitike. He's challenged. He's going to get a free kick there, is he? With the referee's allowed play to continue. Good refereeing, actually, because Liverpool still maintained possession. Curtis Jones 1-2 between himself and Virgil van Dijk, then overrun slightly. That's poor from Liverpool. Inter win it back, and they'll look to try and spring an attack here quickly, will they? There's an interplay. In fact, there's a player down from both sides inside the centre circle. The game, as it stands, continues, and then Van Dijk low plays it back to Alisson. And the players down are Curtis Jones and Mkhitaryan, who had should we call it a coming together inside that centre circle. Referee has stopped play. Just looking at a replay of this. Well, Curtis Jones goes, let's have a look, he goes sliding in on Mkhitaryan, makes contact with the Armenian, and then the Armenian almost sort of falls onto him. And the referee's got a yellow card in his hand, and we wait to see who he's going to present this one to. Just the 2 yellow cards so far this evening. I assume it's for Curtis Jones. Indeed it is. There we go. So it's 2-1 now as far as yellow cards go. Curtis Jones joins Hugo Ekitike for Liverpool, and Henrik Mkhitaryan is the one Inter Milan player with a caution. Spurs now 3-0 up against Slavia Prague. Xavi Simons has got a penalty. They've had 2 penalties tonight. Spurs. Kudos took the first, Simons the second, and Tottenham will go 7th actually with that win in the live table, which puts them in that top 8, of course. That would leave, as it stands, 3 English teams in the top 8 before tomorrow's games. Of course, Manchester City and Newcastle both play tomorrow. If Liverpool can get the win, if they can get a late winner here, they would also go into that top 8. It's looking unlikely, though, isn't it, at the moment? It just doesn't feel like there's a goal in this game. It really doesn't. 74 minutes on the clock. And, well, I mentioned earlier, didn't I, in the first half of the XG. Some people don't read a lot into this, but the expected XG is 0.34 for Inter and 0.50 for Liverpool. And sounds about right, doesn't it? 0-0 currently. Long ball forward now for Liverpool. That'll be cleared by Akanji. On it goes towards Mkhitaryan down this near side. Mkhitaryan in field to Martinez. Loses possession and then tries to win it back, but does he commit the foul? No, he doesn't. Game goes on. Long ball down the centre, and it's a lovely cushioned header by Andy Robertson back to Alisson. Alisson on it goes to Connor Bradley, who, as I mentioned, is on 2 yellow cards. Doesn't want to pick up another one here, or he would miss the next Liverpool game in the Champions League, which of course will be in the new year now. This is the last game of this year, and that next game will be against Marseille, away to Marseille on the 21st of January for Liverpool. They're then at home to Karabag in the Champions League. And they have possession now inside their own half. They gifted away though to Inter. Inter can't make the most of it though. And cleared out towards this near side. Can Konate keep the ball in play? He can't. So Inter have a throw in. Sloppy again from Liverpool. Midway inside the Liverpool half down the left-hand side, and Martinez has taken it. On it goes to Bastoni down that left-hand side. The Argentinian has still maintained his position out here on this left-hand flank as Inter go all the way back towards the halfway line. Here's Akanji left of the centre circle. Forward it goes now to Zielinski. Zielinski works it out towards Bastoni again down this near side. He's got DiMarco for company if he wants him, but he goes back in field to Henrik Mkhitaryan, who goes square to his right-hand side. Bastoni now. Barella. Now it's Akanji. Again into find DiMarco. First time ball down that left-hand side. It's not going to work out. He wanted to find Mkhitaryan, but it was too far ahead of him. And it goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in in their right-back position to be taken by the man now playing right-back, of course, Connor Bradley. one of the substitutes coming on for Joe Gomez. Goes long. Towering header by Bisek back towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, but Liverpool want it back now. Wirtz down the centre. Hugo Ekitike is not going to get there though, because racing out of his goal comes Sommer, who clears long for Inter. In fact, he clears out of play. Liverpool throw in midway inside their own half down their left-hand side. I think he beat the offside trap there, Ekitike. He was so quick to come off his line, the Swiss goalkeeper. Turns 37 next week. The Swiss throw in them for Liverpool. Taken by Conor Bradley. Now it's Szoboszlai. Back out of play again. Another throw in for Liverpool, just a few yards further forward than the previous one. A little bit closer towards the halfway line. Conor Bradley again to take it. Gravenberg has come over and tries to find Szoboszlai. Doesn't do so. The ball is loose in the centre circle, and Inter Milan have come away with it just inside their own half. Out towards this near side it goes. Bastoni brings it over the halfway line and then goes long down the centre, but there's a foul there, is there, from Thuram on Konate. Indeed there is, and Liverpool not even awaiting Konate to get back in, waiting for Konate to get back on his feet. They've got on with proceedings. They want to win this game, Liverpool. Here's Szoboszlai, right hand side of the penalty area, drills it out towards the inside left position, and then from Robertson it goes out to Curtis Jones. Back in field again to Robertson. Congested over on that far side, midway inside the Inter Milan half. 12 minutes left for play, still Inter 0, Liverpool 0, as Liverpool continue to retreat back towards the halfway line. It's with their captain Virgil van Dijk to the left of the centre circle, forward to Gravenberg. That's not a good ball at all from the Dutchman, and Akanji steps forward and brings it clear for Inter Milan. On it goes towards Thuram, but Van Dijk is going to clear that one long for Liverpool. Only finds a black and blue striped shirt in the form of Luis Enrique. It goes long towards the halfway line. The ball is up in the end, a little bit of head tennis, and in the end it's Inter who come away with it over on the far side, and Luis Enrique retreats back towards the edge of his penalty area, just to the right corner of the penalty, and then goes square to Bastoni. Bastoni, left-footed ball low towards the halfway line. Here's Martinez. Konate all over the back of him. That'll be a free kick for Inter, who are involved in a real scrap at the top of Serie A with city rivals AC Milan and reigning champions Napoli. They're currently third with 30 points, just one behind Milan and Napoli. Milan had a win last night, coming from 2 goals down against Torino to win that one 3-2. A couple of goals in the second half from Christian Pulisic, the American, coming on as a substitute in that one and turning the tables. Maintaining their unbeaten record away from home as well. Milan have got a very, very good record away from the San Siro. This also their home, of course, as Jan Sommer clears out from the back low for Inter Milan, who then go long out towards his left-hand side. Martinez, but Konate is there to head clear for Liverpool. It's loose down this near side. Thuram picks it up. Now DeMarco back in field to Thuram again. 2 Liverpool players around him. He goes down under a challenge, wanting a free kick. I think he goes down far too easily there, the Frenchman, and indeed the referee didn't buy it. Liverpool with possession. On it goes to Florian Wirtz to Ekitike, left-hand side of the penalty. He's got 3 Inter players around him. He just loops it over them back to Florian Wirtz again. Wirtz in field to Robertson. Now it's Szoboszlai, 35 yards from goal. Ball on his right foot goes out towards Conor Bradley, right in corner of the penalty area. Conor Bradley looking to take on DeMarco. Down towards the dead ball line he goes. Ball hits DeMarco, comes back to him again, and again he tries to get the cross in. Again it hits DeMarco. Cleared out towards this near side. Conor Bradley still has possession though for Liverpool. As he cuts in field, he's then got 3 Inter Milan players around. He gets the ball back inside the penalty area and he goes for goal, tries to beat the keeper at the near post, and it's cleared, saved by Jan Sommer. Blocked the shot at the near post, and now suddenly Inter are breaking up the far end, but they're not, because Liverpool win it back. Now Wirtz, game just opening up a little bit. Right hand side of the penalty area, Alexis McAllister. Now it's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai square to the inside left position, and Andy Robertson. Robertson steadies himself, then goes back in field to Gravenberch. We're inside the last 10 of the 90 now. Still Inter 0, Liverpool 0, but Liverpool threatening here inside the last 10 minutes. And then a poor ball by Florian Wirtz, a reverse ball back towards McAllister, which is never going to find him. And Inter Milan clear, but that's really good work by Dominic Szoboszlai to win the ball back for Liverpool. Now Konate evades the challenge of Thuram, wants the free kick, and in the end Liverpool do get the free kick, and again it's around about 35 yards from goal. But Conor Bradley had an opportunity there. It was the old give and go. It was just onside, I think, as he's played through by Ekitike. Very tight angle right-hand side of the 6-yard area, tries to beat the keeper at the near post, drilled it hard towards that near side, and keeper got down well to block the shot with his left leg, in fact, Jan Sommer. But easily the closest we've come to a goal in this second half. We've had very, very little as far as goal mouth activity go in this game. Free kick for Soboslai. Well, I mentioned about that goal at Anfield earlier in the season against Arsenal. Well, he's got exactly the same again. Last time, he just clipped it into the penalty area. Everyone thought he was going to go for goal. Surely this time he will go for goal. 35 yards from goal, the right of centre. Oh, he just goes short to Wirtz. Wirtz with the shot, and it's well wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post, and that might as well be as bad as the previous one. The previous one, he clipped it in, and Inter headed it clear. I think there's going to be a change here by the looks of things. 8 minutes left on the clock. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Couple of changes, 3 changes in fact, by the looks of things, for Inter. And Carlos Augusto, the Brazilian, is going to come on. Petr Sukic, the Croatian, is going to come on. Mkhitaryan's evening is done and dusted. Thuram is coming off, as is DeMarco. And the third player to come on is the number 14, and it's Yoann Boni, the Frenchman. So 3 changes, which is 5 altogether, of course, because let's not forget they made 2 in the first period. Liverpool just with those 2 changes thus far. It doesn't look like there's much movement on that Liverpool bench. They are short. They, in fact, named 4 less substitutes than Inter. 8 substitutes for Liverpool, 12 for Inter Milan. They've made the 5 changes now. Liverpool with just those 2. Conor Bradley and Florian Wirtz coming on in place of Joe Gomez and Alexander Isak. Another disappointing night for the ex-Newcastle man up front for Liverpool. Is in to win the ball back on the halfway line. Soboslai wants the free kick. He's not going to get it. And the ball goes back to Manuel Akanji. Akanji square to his left and Bastoni. Can these Inter changes make a difference? As the ball is looped forward, not a particularly good ball forward by one of those substitutes, Petr Sukic. The ball has gone out of play. It will be a Liverpool throw just shy of the halfway line down the Liverpool left-hand side. And PSV Eindhoven got one back against Atletico Madrid. Ricardo Pepi has made it PSV 2, Atletico Madrid 3. And Atalanta have turned things around against Chelsea. They're now leading by 2 goals to 1. Charles Ketelara's got the goal there for Atalanta. 7 minutes left to play. Here come Liverpool. Can they get a late goal here at the San Siro? Conor Bradley's been good since he's come on. Has the ball just outside the D. Is he going to try the shot? Plays it through to Ekitike. It's intricate stuff from Liverpool. Florian Wirtz then goes down like a sack of spuds inside the penalty. I don't know if he was hoping for a penalty or something there, but Inter have cleared long out towards this near side. Can Martinez keep this one in play? No, he can't. Throw in for Liverpool. Canate thought about taking the quick one, but I think he's going to leave it now. This free kick is inside the Inter Milan half. Inside the Liverpool half, I should say, about 10 yards shy of the halfway line. Ekitike tried to loop it through to Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, to be fair, was having his shirt pulled for about a millisecond, and he went down. Well, they are checking this for a potential penalty. I'd be amazed if this is given. And while that VAR is shaking place, I'll just update you on all the scores. Atalanta 2, Chelsea 1, Barcelona 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Inter 0, Liverpool 0 we know here. Monaco 1, Galatasaray 0, PSV 2, Atletico Madrid 3, Spurs 3, Slavia Prague 0. The VAR check, I think, is over. Am I right in saying that? And Union SG 2, Marseille 3. No, the VAR check is not over. It's still ongoing. And again, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me, VAR, because I was amazed that the goal in the first half was ruled out from VAR. I don't think this is a penalty, but I didn't think that goal should have been ruled out in the first half, so maybe these things will even themselves out. And indeed, the referee is coming over to the screen to take a look at this one. It was the slightest of shirt pulls. It made absolutely no difference. Florian Wirtz was never going to win the ball for Liverpool. The slightest of shirt pulls. He goes down. And let's see what the referee's doing. He's looking at it. I've had 2-3 more looks at it, and my opinion is that it's not a penalty. My opinion was also that the goal shouldn't have been ruled out in the first half. So my decisions on this count, or my opinions on this count, for absolutely nothing. The Ibrahima Konate goal was ruled out in the first half for VAR. A handball in the build-up, which was very, very difficult to see, which came off Hugo Ekitike. The referee is bringing the captains towards him, which is Lautaro Martinez and Virgil van Dijk, and he's going to give the penalty because Virgil van Dijk has just started clapping in a manic way, and Liverpool have a penalty. It's a really, really cheap one. It's far less of a penalty than the goal in the first half. Wasn't a goal. I mean, it's incredible. Bastoni has got the yellow card, and maybe justice being done, because I don't think the goal should have been ruled out in the first half. I don't think this was a penalty either. The penalty has been given. There's absolutely no way that Florian Wirtz is getting to that ball. And Wirtz, I mean, well done to him, because if he hadn't gone down the way that he did, there's no way the penalty would have been given. He went down theatrically to the ground as he had his shirt pulled for. He did have his shirt pulled, there's no denying that, but it was for a millisecond, and it made absolutely no difference. And Dominic Szoboszlai has the opportunity to win this game potentially for Liverpool. Less than 3 minutes left for play. We did wonder where the goal was coming from. Well, it might well come from the Hungarian here from 12 yards. 88th minute, Inter 0, Liverpool 0 here at the San Siro. Inter unbeaten in the last 18 games at home in the Champions League. But Dominic Szoboszlai could do something about this now. Short run up from the Hungarian, steps up, right-footed, drills it into the goalkeeper's right-hand side, and Liverpool have a late lead here at the San Siro and may just have won and ended that record that Inter have of not losing at home in the Champions League since the 22nd of September 2022. 88th minute penalty. It's Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 1, and it's Dominic Szoboszlai with the goal. Well, it's come so late in a game of so few opportunities. Szoboszlai very, very confident. The goalkeeper went the right way, but he's never keeping it out. He's hit it with pace, power, accuracy. Brilliant penalty. It's one of those ones. It doesn't matter if the keeper goes the right way. He's not going to save it. And the Hungarian has given Liverpool the lead, just as we thought Ibrahima Konate had in the first half. That one was ruled out. And VAR just amazes me from day to day. It really does. I thought the goal should have stood in the first half. I don't think that was a penalty, but this is the way things go these days. Liverpool do lead, and Inter Milan have only got 90 seconds plus stoppage time to try and do something about this and maintain this unbeaten record, of course, at the San Siro. Game's kicked off again. Here's Akanji just outside the centre circle. I think they have been the better team, Liverpool, the second half. They really have, but that doesn't say a lot because both teams have been so poor. Here's Bastoni out towards this near side. As they made those changes shortly before the penalty was given into Milan. There will be quite a bit of injury time to play on. His decision to award that penalty took a long time, first of all, for the VAR check, and then for the referee to come over towards this near side and overturn his original decision that it wasn't a penalty. Here's Zielinski, midway inside the Liverpool half, finds Akanji. Akanji out towards the far side. They have got a recent history. Liverpool have shot themselves in the foot, and they did that against Leeds at the weekend in the Premier League. They led 2-0, they led 3-2, and they were pulled back right at the end of that one. Can they hang on to this one? Well, they've won the ball back on the edge of their penalty area with goalscorer Dominic Szoboszlai. Finds Wirtz towards left-hand side, back to Szoboszlai again. Now on from Wirtz. This is good from Liverpool. Over the halfway line they come. Everything towards this right-hand side. Szoboszlai out towards Connor Bradley. He's made a real difference, actually, since he's come on down this right-hand side. Bradley really has, as Liverpool go back towards the halfway line. Konate finds a way through to Gravenberg out towards the far side. It's Wirtz again. Won the penalty, of course. Now it's Hugo Ekitike. We are inside stoppage time. We had 7 at the end of the first half. Of course, it's Ekitike again trying to find space for a shot. Gets the shot in, blocked, and Inter Milan clear. But Konate is going to retrieve for Liverpool and then goes all the way back to the halfway. So we had 7 minutes added on at the end of the first half, as Van Dijk plays it over the halfway line. Haven't had the confirmation yet of how much time we are going to add on, as Wirtz goes long towards the edge of the penalty area, and that will be shepherded behind for a goal kick by Carlos Augusta, one of the 3 changes. So it's 6 to add on at the end of this second period, and we're inside the first of those now, with Liverpool leading by a goal to nil. We've got some results to give you. Uni SG 2, Marseille 3 has finished. Spurs 3, Slavia Prague 0, PSV 2, Atletico Madrid 3, and Atalanta have beaten Chelsea by 2-1. They're still playing at Barcelona and Monaco. Barcelona leading Eintracht Frankfurt 2-1, Monaco leading Galatasaray by 1-0. Here, Liverpool leading Inter Milan by 1-0. And not many teams come here and win. Certainly in Europe, Akanji midway inside the Liverpool half. On it goes towards Barella, then swept out towards this near side. And here is Bonney, one of the substitutes. Ball on his right foot. It's pinballing around on the edge of the penalty area. Liverpool just go long, and it's out of play down this near side, and a little bit of cramp by the looks of things as the Alexis McAllister goes down. He's put the ball out of play. Inter Milan will have a throw in just inside the Liverpool half down the right. I'm not entirely sure why the game should stop for somebody who's got cramp, but still, that's the way of the modern game these days. And the way of the modern game is that VAR is supposed to intervene for clear and obvious errors. Well, we had a goal disallowed in the first half that took about 5 minutes to look at. We had a penalty that was given that took minutes to look at again. Neither were clear and obvious errors, but both were overturned. Great penalty though by Dominic Szoboszlai, dispatched with coolness, precision. Couldn't ask for anything else from the Hungarian. Game gets underway again. McAllister, following that bout of cramp, is back on his feet and back defending, because Liverpool have got everybody back behind the ball as they look to hang on to this one-goal lead. Inter has offered so little in the second half attacking wise. Ball goes into the box, might fall for Martinez on the turn. Lautaro Martinez drags it wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. He wants a corner and he gets a corner. I'm not entirely sure who it came off. Looks as if he just scuffed the shot wide, did he? Martinez, corner then for Inter Milan, their 6th of the evening. From the far side, we played nearly 3 minutes of stoppage time, and Inter have a corner from the far side, and it comes right-footed. Brilliant goalkeeping there from Alisson. He's going to release it early. I can't imagine he will this late in the game, and no, he doesn't. And in the end, he does kick it long, actually, out towards the far side, and the runner down the left side was Andy Robertson. Couldn't control it. The Scot out of play. Inter Milan have a throw, which they've already taken. They've gone back to the goalkeeper. 3 minutes of stoppage time played. 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Inter 0, Liverpool 1. Dominic Szoboszlai's penalty looks as if it's going to be the difference between the Italians and the English. 1-0 to Italy so far this evening, with Atalanta beating Chelsea, but Liverpool looking to level that up by beating Inter here. But here come Inter down the right-hand side. Overran slightly. Van Dijk clears long towards the halfway line. Akanji's underneath it, cushioned out towards the far side, just about kept in play. Goodness me, that was close to going out, but they have kept it in play, Inter. And they have it over on the far side with Luis Enrique. Over towards this near side it goes, the inside left position. Petr Sukic brings it forward towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Continues his run, and then just runs into Conor Bradley. That's really poor play, actually, from the Croatian. He's conceded the free kick, last thing Inter needed to do. And a perfect scenario for Liverpool, who'll have a free kick here just to the left of their penalty area. Just overran it in the end. His touch was poor, and as Conor Bradley came in, he just ran straight into the Northern Irish international. Free kick then for Liverpool. Ease up a little bit of time. Finish now at the Nou Camp. Barcelona 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. And it's finished Monaco 1, Galatasaray 0. So all games in the Champions League, bar this one finished. And we've got about 90 seconds remaining here at the San Siro. Inter 0, Liverpool 1 in what's been a really poor game. But if either team were going to edge it, I think Liverpool do deserve it. Certainly following the ruling out of that goal, harshly ruled out in the first half from Ibrahim Konate. Inter go long. Breaks out towards this near side, but Szoboszlai is underneath this one for Liverpool. He couldn't keep the ball in play, but he's done well to actually shepherd the ball out of play. I thought it came off of the Hungarian, but he obviously didn't touch the ball, or according to the referee, didn't. Liverpool have been awarded the throw-in down this near side, midway inside their own half. Conor Bradley is going to take this one for Arne Slot's men. A much-needed win here for Liverpool. This will be their 4th in the Champions League. And to be fair, they're still in a decent position despite the season they've been having in the Premier League. In the Champions League, still looking okay as Liverpool clear again. Here's Szoboszlai. Liverpool just need to get this one clear and play it out to the corner. Florian Wirtz has only got Dominic Szoboszlai ahead of him. Plays it out to Szoboszlai, right hand corner of the penalty area. Is he going to take it down towards the corner flag here? He goes back in field to Florian Wirtz. Wirtz runs into trouble, and Wirtz loses the ball. Inter might have one last opportunity to get forward, but it's good work by Alexis McAllister to put the ball out down this near side. We played the 6 minutes of stoppage time. We had that little stoppage, didn't we, for Alexis McAllister. We might have another 30 seconds possibly at the end of the 6. We've played the 6 now. Inter Milan have possession, but they're deep inside their own half, and Peter Zielinski is going to have to launch this one surely, but he doesn't. He just plays it low out towards the right-hand side for Inter. Over the halfway line they come. They give the ball away. Really poor by Zielinski. Just passed it straight to Andy Robertson. And that, I'm sure, is that Liverpool are going to get the win here. And Inter Milan, 18 unbeaten in the Champions League at home. 15 wins and 3 draws before tonight as Liverpool go long towards Ekitike. Can he hold the ball up? No, he can't. He loses it. But surely there's no time for Inter to get this ball forward now, is there? Well, let's see what the referee has to do. He looks at his watch, he blows his whistle, and it's a much-needed win for Liverpool here in the Champions League. They've beaten Inter Milan and ended that long unbeaten run at home in Europe by a 0-0. The penalty in the 88th minute from Dominic Soboslai, and Liverpool move up the Champions League table into that important top 8. Of course, is the top 8 that automatically qualify for the last 16. It's 4 wins and 2 draws from their 6 games. For Inter, well, they're still ahead of Liverpool, but they also have the same